What's up, you guys? It's Graham here.
What?
What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Currently headed to Beverly Hills. I'm going to be meeting up with Iman Gadzi, ODI Productions, and Graham Stephan. So should be pretty awesome. This is the setup we got. Got this private room. Cool kitchen backdrop.
Yo, my name is Graham. Graham Stephan, like and subscribe. Getting the right shot here.
Pretty much the same.
All right, awesome. My name is Iman. I'm an 18-year-old high school dropout. I actually live in London. Came out here to visit Odie and do a bit of a joint venture. I do social media marketing, do around $25,000 a month with that, as well as have a training business. And yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you guys know Odie already. He's been in the vlog just like a week ago. So.
Yeah.
This is how Graham gets the shots, guys.
You got it, because it's all visual.
Very precariously
so I like that.
balanced.
Can you up as loud as you can? Turn this here.
Does your camera cut at 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Same.
Who wants to do the intro? Should I do the introduction?
You should be the moderator.
It's your
You're a good moderator.
there
You're
you
a
go.
great moderator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start it off. So what's up, you guys?
I like that.
What's up, you guys? It's Graham here.
What?
And in this video, what's that you said?
No. It's got to be, what's up, you guys? It's Graham here.
Oh.
Yeah. Do it again.
What's up, you guys? It's Graham here.
And today we have a very unique video here. Compliments, by the way, of the Montage Hotel in Beverly Hills for hooking it up with this insane room. We got a full restaurant here in the background. How crazy. Just, you got to hit the like button just for the restaurant in the background. But we got a really unique set of people today and different skills. I'm in real estate, we got social media marketing, affiliate marketing, and Amazon FBA. So we're going to be discussing which one is the best, which, spoiler alert, is real estate. But no, we're going to be discussing which is the best, which options that you might want to look into, and a little bit about each business. So for those that don't know me, I think we're all going to be posting these on our channels. For those that don't know me, I started off as a real estate agent to a real estate investor, and I make YouTube videos, but I'm in real estate. I'll let you discuss what you do.
My name is Iman, 18 years old, all the way from London, and I do social media marketing.
My name's Odie. I go by ODI Productions on YouTube. I basically talk about affiliate marketing. I also teach affiliate marketing. Yeah, that's it.
My name is Matt Loberstein. I've been doing Amazon FBA for almost 4 years now, 7 figures the last few years in a row. Also have a YouTube channel and teach it as well. So
Cool. So let's start at the very end and we'll work our way back. Why did you choose Amazon FBA over you could have done social media marketing or affiliate marketing? Why Amazon? Why is that the best?
Yeah, well, honestly for me, I just stumbled into it based on what I was doing prior. I was already like flipping on eBay and doing stuff on the side. It was just a very natural progression. It wasn't something that I held this one against that one. I knew a little bit about affiliate marketing, but it always sounded really hard to me because in my game now in the future on Amazon, it's like, getting the traffic is the hard part. And affiliate marketing, you have to be the master of the traffic, right? So that always seemed hard to me. Social media marketing wasn't really a thing back then yet. And real estate has always seemed like, you need a lot of investment and things like that. So I stumbled into it. It was very intuitive to sell physical things that I could touch and see and had obvious value and sell them on the internet.
Cool.
Good answer. All right, so I chose affiliate marketing because I started 6 years ago. I'm 25 today, and I started when I was 19 years old. There's a lot of stuff on the internet. I tried a whole bunch of different, online business models. But for me, affiliate marketing was always the one that I wanted to stick with because I was after the lifestyle. So time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom to me is the ultimate lifestyle. So if I could make my income as passive as possible, then that to me would be the dream. So affiliate marketing qualified like all three of those traits because with affiliate marketing, you can set up systems, you can make websites, you can make YouTube channels where you sell things and you make that passive income, and it's like no overhead or low overhead. You only spend for advertising costs. And then it's basically on autopilot once you set it up. So for me, I'm really after that passive income lifestyle, and affiliate marketing is the only thing that I've found that really could get you there and also have the explosive income to give you financial freedom.
All right. Well, I started social media marketing back when I was like 16 and got really serious with it when I was 17. So as a 17-year-old, the idea of real estate super daunting. I read when I was 14. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I read about these investing books. I'm like, one day I will be a real estate investor, but that one day is going to be far from now. So what can I do right now? And you know, Amazon, FBA, that sort of stuff. Once again, there was just a lot of like legality involved. You know, the fact that I was under 17 or under 18, the actual like upfront cost. Affiliate marketing, I wasn't really aware of it at the time. So for me, social media marketing, it's like I needed zero money to start, like absolutely zero money. I needed zero experience. Also keep in mind, these days my age never really holds me back, but being a 17-year-old, I'm like, what's one thing where my age is actually an advantage for me? And I'm like, marketing. You know, if I go into these big businesses, they're like, he's young. Of course he knows in the marketing, not like he's young, he doesn't know shit about this whatever topic. Like, you know, if I was an accountant at 17, 18, I'd be screwed. But yeah, that's why I got started with social media.
We should go back to that after this, because age, I think, actually really works to your advantage in that industry. Because you are young and because you're doing all of this stuff, it's even more impressive, and people want to pay even more just because you're younger and you're somehow like tapped into it. Like you know the Snapchat.
All you know as a young kid. Just give them the social media.
Yeah, no, it's true. But anyway, for me, I chose working first as a real estate agent because I didn't have any sort of college degree. I didn't really have much money to get started. And I figured this was a great way for me to make money that wasn't dependent on how much time I was putting into something, that I can work 10 hours and potentially sell a $3 million house and make like 60 grand versus spending a year being on a salary and being capped off at what I can make. And that's why I chose working as a real estate agent. And then as far as shifting over to real estate investing, I picked that because I really felt it had sustainability. That no matter what happens with the internet, or no matter what happens with Amazon or with someone else's social media, like no matter what happens, I'm always going to have money coming in every single month that I can rely on. And that's why real estate is the best.
Right.
All right, into video. But anyway, really quick, before we go into actually, like, we could debate which one we think is the best and why, like, one is better than the other. Let's touch really quick on the age thing. Because that was one of the things, at least for me, that really ended up working in my favor, was being a young real estate agent. And you wouldn't even think that, because you would think that someone getting into real estate wouldn't have the experience that someone with, like, you know, who's 40 years old would have. But you would be surprised at how many people actually think you have the advantage because you're younger and you're somehow tapped into, you know how to market better and you know how to, like, relate to the younger buyers more, and you're somehow in it. And that really helps you stand out and really helps work in your favor. And sometimes even just they want to give you a chance because you're young. And it's like, oh, this young kid is 18, let me give him a shot because of how hungry he is. And, like, you know, he hasn't been beaten down by life. And it's not like he's 50 years old and, like, doesn't need the money. It's like when you're 18 or 19 or 20, that, like, $10,000 commission goes a long way. And you're so appreciative of that. And people really pick up on that.
So with me, obviously, with the age thing, as you kind of said, it's been... like, it's funny, like, sometimes I get my clients to do client testimonials, and they're like, yeah, even though he's 14, he actually managed to do this for us. Like, it's like, you know, I kind of get, like, introduced and passed around through all these referrals, and they're like, this, like, young whiz kid, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Like, it, you know, it's one of those things where I'm very lucky. It actually worked in my advantage, and I guess we'll touch on this a bit later on, but, like, I just believe in service-based businesses. When you're first starting and you've got zero experience, zero money, I believe in it 100%.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
So there we go, video done. But, like, you know, but, you know, in the plethora of services you can offer, for me it was like, what can I offer when I'm young? It's like, I could do videography, huge issues with scale. I could do personal trainers. I just don't want to be one, but huge issues with scale. So then it was like, okay, online marketing, digital marketing, paid traffic services, funnel creation. These are some high ticket stuff. You can sell this for a lot of money, and your age, they don't bat an eye.
Yeah. I think it also makes you stand out more being a young kid versus, like, you see, like, a 35-year-old who, let's say, is making like $100K a month. That, I hate to say it, that's a lot less impressive than, like, an 18-year-old who's making $100K a month. And that makes you stand out. And just because of that, you get almost more credibility. Like, you get a better bang for the buck being young than you do being older.
No one knows who you are on the internet. Like, you don't have to really have any direct contact with the person on the other end. But as an agent, you're talking directly to people. Social media, you're selling people directly. You're working with them. You're servicing those clients. Affiliate marketing, I mean, your customers don't know who you are for the most part.
Yeah.
Right. Same
Yeah.
for me on Amazon. Like, that's just not the way it works, which is the beauty of a lot of online businesses. Is like, on the internet, nobody knows who you are. You can just do your own thing from home, whether you're 12 years old or 150 years old. It's just like it's not translated through. Like, it's not face to face like that.
Yeah, I agree with Matt 100%, because I think one of the reasons I got into affiliate marketing is because I was always like that behind the scenes kind of person who didn't really want to share my face. Like on YouTube, I didn't share my face for like 5 or 6 years of making videos. Like I literally was doing headphone reviews with just using my hands and talking. You know what I mean? I didn't share myself. People didn't even know what my real name was. But anyways, I started to do more of the personal brand stuff when I started to share my story on YouTube. And that also has its benefits, because then
Absolutely.
when you share your personal brand, you get connected with people like these guys and you get to network, you know what I mean? So I've been on both sides of kind of hiding behind the scenes and making money, and then kind of sharing my story and making money. And I have to say that I do like when you have that personal brand, because it just opens up so many doors and opportunities for you.
Yeah.
Especially being young, tying that back to being young, especially online. Going back to topic.
People watching are not feeling it. Right?
Yeah. Back to topic, there are more younger people online generally, especially YouTube and Instagram, than there are older people. So the younger you are, the more you're able to relate to your audience. So we're bringing it back, I think is what you meant to say.
Yeah.
So why is Amazon FBA better than us?
It's a fun practice of all of these things. You're building an audience, you're selling them a product directly rather than affiliate marketing. You're owning that audience and you're servicing customers. And once again, physical products, I was just always drawn to physical products. Like I remember when e-commerce first became a thing, and getting home from school and like there's a box and your parents think you're getting scammed on the internet or whatever. And it's just I don't know, physical products just had that draw to me. And what the model of Amazon FBA that I do is usually called private label, which I don't love that term, but I just think about it as creating your own brand. And that is something that translates in so many different ways for such a long-term thing. I mean, it's not just Amazon FBA. I often say to think about yourself as a product brand, not just as an Amazon seller. And the more you do that, now you can potentially find people to be affiliates for your product. You can find people to dropship your product. You can get your product into retail, all while leveraging Amazon and getting that thing out. So the scale potential is really cool with that. There's not any difference in the amount of work from selling 1 unit a day versus selling 100 units a day of a product. It's the same amount of work. It's getting it to that point, obviously, that takes work, but it has some of that hands-off approach as well, like affiliate. But yeah, I mean, the scale potential was what got me into it.
So I think affiliate marketing is the best because it doesn't really have many drawbacks. Now, I'm going to say the number one drawback to affiliate marketing is that you don't own your product. So if a company has an affiliate program and you've been making, let's say, a comfy, 20, 30K a month, they can just cut their program overnight and then your income just depletes. Now, on the flip side with affiliate marketing is that you have infinite scale, because you can sell digital web services such as like email marketing. If people sign up for email marketing software, anything like that, like ClickFunnels, then you can sell to like 1 million people and make commission on 1 million sales. You know what I mean? And then with ClickFunnels, you have a monthly recurring revenue, so you actually get that commission every single month from that user. So you can kind of profit off of another company's product or service for months, years to come, and you don't really have to do any work. And what I love the most about affiliate marketing is that you have like the least headaches. Like out of all my entrepreneur friends, now you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but like I seem to have like the least sort of like obligation and sort of like hours that I have to put in. So it's the most passive, but I also do the least in terms of like customer service and maintenance, because once you set things up, at least the way that I set up my affiliate promotions, then it's kind of rinse and repeat. Like you basically put it on autopilot, and these things make me money for like months, years in advance. And I've done it like time and time again with different websites. But basically just having that passive income, and then also having like the least headaches, because I don't have any clients, I don't have to do any customer service, I don't have to deal with refunds, chargebacks, negative reviews. It's all on the company once I get that sale. So I like having less moving parts, and then just being able to do what I'm good at, which is selling, and then making money from that is perfectly fine with me.
All right. Well, why I think social media marketing is the best is, when you're first starting your business, you're unproven, you're untested. Okay, so with social media marketing, and this happens a lot, for 2.5 months, you can fail, up, just stumble, fall, and then month 3, day 87 into your journey, you can sign an $8K a month retainer, and there you go, you're making a 6-figure year income. Obviously, depending on what minimum you sign them on and whatnot. But it'd be interesting to get your guys' opinion. Like, when I first started, for me, it wasn't like I didn't have issues in my business or not knowing what to do. I just had issues as in I wasn't disciplined. I wasn't like, my mindset wasn't on point. Like, that was my issue when I first started as an entrepreneur. And with social media marketing, like, as I said, the cool thing is you can, it's really good because it gives you those training wheels. Because as I said, if you don't get a client for 6 months, it doesn't matter because you've got, you're not being drained of your cash flow. You don't have stock you're sitting on that's going to waste. You don't have an angry client because you don't have a client. You don't have an angry client that's pissed. You don't have, ad spend that's just gone to waste. So that's one thing I love about social media marketing. Another thing is, as I said, you can just get started with zero money and the overhead is really, really low. The next thing is you don't really need any experience to start. The next thing is it's on an upswing. Look around you. There's companies who are still using billboard ads, Yelp ads. It's funny, we were talking the other day. We're in this small little bubble, like this entrepreneur bubble. So we think that Amazon FBA is saturated or affiliate marketing is saturated or social media marketing is saturated. Well, no, it's because we're in this tiny little bubble, this band of brothers that's come together to build a better life for themselves. So all we see is other entrepreneurs starting their business. But you need to realize that we're, in terms of social media marketing, we're a small group of agencies in a broader world economy that's still really lacking when it comes to their marketing and still using age-old techniques when, just some simple Facebook ads and retargeting campaigns can, blow up their conversions. So companies are paying for it. Companies are paying big for it. I would challenge any of you guys to say, find me a better business model where within 90 days you can scale to 10K a month profit.
So I got to say, for what I do, the biggest thing I like is sustainability, where it doesn't rely on you going in and continually doing social media marketing for clients or continually tweaking products for Amazon or building up your brand or doing an affiliate, is that you can do it once. And this is a business where I really believe that if you have the capital, which you can certainly make from these, but you can really preserve it and grow it with, I would say, almost zero risk, unless you're buying into a city with one coal mine that's running everything and it goes out of business, obviously. But any sort of growing populated city, I don't think there's any reason why you should ever be losing money if you're holding real estate long term without doing any work. I mean, you just set it up once and it's good for a lifetime. And that's why I'm really big into real estate investing, because it's that passive and it's that sustainable that it doesn't rely on anything else. And people always need a place to live at the end of the day because they're making all this money and they got to rent somewhere. So hopefully they're the ones writing me checks.
With that, obviously you need the investment. I think Amazon falls closer to those guys, but real estate, you need a big investment. Amazon, you need some investment, that's for sure. I agree with Iman on, getting a client is a very quick way to make income. And I even have clients that I help with Amazon stuff, so it's kind of like a fusion of Amazon and social media. There are brands that need help with understanding that platform, stuff like that. But yeah, I think it totally makes sense to get immediate cash. You need some income to be able to start with Amazon, a few $1,000 to be able to play with it. Whereas real estate, you need substantially more than that, but it is more of I see that as an investment. Obviously you make money from being an agent as a business, but the investing side is investing. Whereas Amazon is an active business with some amount of passiveness. It's not as passive as affiliate. I think it's more passive than servicing clients. Of course you can have a team and all of that. Same for Amazon though. Mine is completely streamlined for the most part. I don't have to put a lot of work into it at this point. So yeah, agreed. Those are some good points. I want to say one thing with affiliate, you also can start with no overhead
and it's very little expenses from month to month. And the thing is with affiliate marketing is that it's just on an upward trajectory as well, because companies like Tesla, for example, have an affiliate program. And there's this guy. Yeah.
Oh wait, you know what? I just heard the funding is secured.
Oh, with
it's
the
secured.
private?
I'm
Bro, okay, so...
I was like...
Yeah.
He got funding.
This one guy actually won 2 Tesla Roadsters from referring like 100 people to buy.
Oh, I saw that. The
Model S
YouTube
or Model
channel.
X.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's cool.
So even Tesla's doing affiliate marketing.
crazy.
Every company does affiliate marketing, honestly.
How do you get your foot in the door with
I would say
initial traffic?
social media marketing is the quickest to scale up. Amazon FBA is second quickest to scale up. And then affiliate marketing is the slowest, because at least the way that I do it, it's really, really sort of like a long-term type thing. So it takes a long time to build a brand. And, you know, it may take a year, it may take 2 years before you actually get like, you know, a full-time income. But once you make it, it's very sustainable. You know what I mean? Like it can actually last for years. And that's with like doing zero maintenance. Now, if you want to keep it up, you can actually scale that income like higher and higher. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's tough. Honestly, it's not get rich quick overnight. It's never been that way. So it takes time. I've been doing it for 6 years. So
now in those 6 years, how often have the strategies changed that you've needed to implement? Like, let's say things are shifting from Facebook to Instagram or Instagram to YouTube. How often do things shift that requires your attention to go and like tweak it and redo it?
Yeah, when I got started, blogging was like a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, blogging's not really like much of a thing today, except for the people who have like
big.
5+ years of backlinks and just history with Google. So I had to transition to YouTube. Now this was nice because YouTube and Google, YouTube being owned by Google, means that you get a fast lane to basically getting ranked on Google's search engine. Because if people look up anything on Google, your YouTube video could pop up.
Yeah.
So I use that strategy for a lot of my affiliate marketing, and it's done very well for me. I still think YouTube is like the best social media platform out there. I just think in terms of like the viewership, the engagement, the audience, like I just think like I love YouTube. You know what I mean? So I use YouTube for my affiliate marketing these days, and for the foreseeable future, I'm going to keep using YouTube, and as long as I can get these videos to rank for certain terms and they keep their rankings, then it's basically autopilot, you know? So if they were to lose their rankings and then I stop getting that much traffic, then that's when I'd have to kind of scramble and figure out a new strategy. But for the most part, I mean, you know, once you got there, like it's basically passive income.
Okay. Let's say for social media marketing, are you ever worried that more younger people are going to start to enter the workforce and just know what to do instinctively because they've been born and raised around social media?
Well, I mean, the thing I love about social media marketing is, first of all, it keeps you on your toes. What I love about social media marketing is I have my social media marketing agency. I also have my own training business, and then I also do a bit of affiliate marketing. It's funny. I think all of us have a little bit of like a bleed over. You have some service-based clients.
And
I do some affiliate. You do some affiliate. So there's a bit of a bleed over between all of us. But one thing I love,
fighting to the death. Is that what you're saying?
one of the things I love is whenever I want to test something in my training business. So in terms of webinar funnels and stuff like that, I just test it out with my client. If it works with my client, then I'll just implement it with my own. So no, I don't really ever get worried, because look, I think with Amazon FBA, if you are happy where you're at, the competition is going to come in and they're going to crush you. With affiliate marketing, if you're just happy and you're stagnant and you don't keep up to date with things, the competition is going to come in and they're going to kill you. Same with real estate. Like it's just like we all want this amazing fantasy where like you build the business, you work hard, and then it just sustains and it keeps doing its thing. That it doesn't work like that. And you know what? I'd actually hate it if my business was like that. So I like the fact that you have to stay on your toes. And I also like the fact that because two of my clients last month actually hit over $100,000 profit from my agency services. Like if I know how to do it with my clients, I can just do it with myself, which I do with my training business. So I think if you actually understand paid traffic, if you understand sales, if you understand operations, and you can do that with your marketing agency, then you can actually pivot from, quickly scaling your marketing agency. You can quickly pivot and then do affiliate marketing, then do Amazon FBA. For me, it was building a training business because, I have this vision of reforming the education system and really working on that. But when you learn those skills and you can play around with your clients' money, then you can pivot and you can do your own thing after, if that's what you want to do.
And on social media marketing, what's interesting is it's really just marketing more than social media marketing at this point. And if you can take, especially with established big businesses, I mean, if you can, have some marketing effort that moves the needle for them, they will always pay you big money. I mean, there are major companies pay millions of dollars to agencies for marketing all the time, because if you're making it a measurable impact in the business, like the tactics change, but the tactics always change. But if you can make somebody else more money, they're always going to pay you.
You're always valuable, no matter where the market's at. If you're valuable to someone else, then you'll never go broke.
Yep.
I have a question for Graham. So do any of us, do you own any real estate?
No.
Okay, and you don't either. And I don't either. So you got three guys who are like doing this internet business thing, right? And then you got Graham over there like, buy real estate. Like,
buy real estate now.
But like, I don't even know what to do. Like if I was ready, like, what do you even do? It just seems like one of those black box things. Like, I just want to like, I'm of like the social media generation. Like, I just want to like rent. It's like hands off. Like, I don't know. It just seems like I don't even know how to crack that. What would I look for? Like, how much would I be putting in? What kind of returns would I expect? Like, where would I?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think you have to like real estate. There's some amount of work that goes into setting it up that a lot of people just never have an interest in or never want to do. And those sort of people that just don't have the patience to do it will often rush things and then make mistakes. For people that want to be totally hands off, I would always just say like a good index fund would be it. But for real estate, first of all, you have to have the interest in real estate and actually setting it up. But the first thing to look for, I would always say, is cash flow, is to make sure you're going to get enough money in rent to pay all of your expenses. And then you calculate based off that, how much return are you going to be getting every single month based off how much money you're putting in, what the mortgage is going to be, what the taxes are going to be, and also how much of the loan you're going to be paying off every single month, and calculating that together to really figure out what sort of return you're going to get and if that's worth it to you. The good thing with real estate is that it's unlike the stock market where it's like some months, it might go up like 1% and other months might go down 1%. With real estate, for the most part, it's pretty consistent that every single month you're going to be getting the same amount. Even if the market goes down, what tends to happen is that more people just end up renting because they're holding off from buying. But that's one of the things, at least if the market's going down, more people are renting because they simply need a place to stay. And that's the one thing you're seeing right now in this market is that people are hesitant to buy because they read these articles that like sales are down and like the wages don't keep up with the interest rate. Like they come up with all these little reasons not to buy. And because of that, they're like, well, I should just continue renting. Well, who do you think is making the money at that point? The landlord is, and more people are deciding to rent. Yeah. So it does really well, even in a down economy, and it's consistent. First of all, I don't think it matters if it's a single family, if it's a well, I hate condos, but hypothetically, if it's a condo, 2 units, 10 units, it doesn't matter. It really matters how much the deal is and how much money it's going to be making every single month. It doesn't matter. Some houses will make more money than a 10-unit apartment building will. Some condos will make more money than a house. So it really doesn't matter. But in terms of figuring out what you can buy, the first thing is how much money do you have? I'm typically not seeing 3-5% down. I don't see that. The lowest I've seen right now in this market is about 15% down. So how much money you have is really going to decide even just the ballpark price range.
So even if I just wanted to get my feet wet, like is there a minimum you would say, like putting $50K in or $150K? Like,
I wouldn't even say it's a dollar amount because my first house I bought for $60,000. It was actually $59,500 because I renegotiated with the bank and I got $500 back. So I wouldn't say there's a dollar amount because someone in Kentucky, that dollar amount could be $20,000. Someone in Los Angeles, that dollar amount, if they want to invest here, could be $150,000. I would say it's always at minimum 15% of the purchase price, plus throw in 6 months of whatever your expenses would be, like a mortgage, property tax, all of that, and then preferably another $10,000 to $50,000, depending on what it is, to fix it up. $10,000 you want to do a little minor renovation. $50,000 you have the money. So minimum 15% plus renovation plus a little buffer is how much you would need.
So, like we're in LA area. Let's say $100,000 in, or well, plus I guess a bit for the other stuff. Is there really is that even a workable number? Is it less than that to get in?
100%. I'm looking every single day. I found one kind of shady area, not gonna lie, shady area by Inglewood, but it's still good. I liked it for $667,000. I think it was a duplex, and you could rent each unit for about $2,300 a month. It was 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom per unit. And that was decent. Like, that's a unit where you're going to be making maybe $100, $200 a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in Los Angeles, that is a lot in terms of the amount that you're paying down the loan and also the equity.
But see, like, I think when we hear like putting in, so you'd be putting in like $100,000 and making like $200 a month or whatever.
Okay, in
like,
cash flow. But cash
Sure,
flow
I
is
understand
different
that,
than, it's like buying a stock and be like, I'm not getting any dividends in the stock, but the stock is going up in value.
Right,
Like if you
right.
buy a stock at, $50 and then funding is secured and now it's worth $80, you just
Right.
made money.
If you break even for 30 years, now you own it.
Well, two things. So yes, now you own it outright, but historically, a city Los Angeles has gone up above inflation.
Yeah.
For instance, View Park and Ladera Heights here in Los Angeles has gone up in value about 5.5% above inflation annually since 1960. That's huge. You're making 5.5%. You're making rent on top of that, and you're paying down the mortgage. I mean, that could be, if you invested back then, like a 20% return on your money.
But here's the thing: if I look at something like that, and then I just look at like, what we're doing, like
Right.
for me, I guess with my agency clients, I've run client acquisition funnels in the past, but I can't really give a reasonable estimate as to what the ROI is on that. But like, I guess with my marketing agency, it's organic and referral based. But in my training business, I can literally put in $1 and get $7, $8, $10 back in 30 days, in like 3 days. And
so
Odie could put in $1 and get, and he does.
Yeah.
Odie puts in $1 and he gets $5 back. So he'll spend, let's just throw out $20K in advertising and make $100K.
Right.
So he's making whatever.
Yeah.
500.
See, the thing
And
is, I
Amazon.
don't dispute. Yeah, no, I knew. And Amazon.
There are
Don't forget Amazon. I'm over here.
Wait, there are thousands of people that have created $1 million plus businesses with $3,000 to $10,000 of their initial investment, and then they're just rolling it back in until they have this thing that's multi-seven figures.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't dispute any of that, and I agree. You get a much better return if you're putting it back into a business, by all means. But at what point do you start to preserve your wealth?
Yes.
And that's where real estate comes in. If you're making like 3 times your money by spending $1, making back 3, you're never going to do that in real estate. Do that. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I'm not going to sit here and be like, no, fake numbers. I just get up and walk away.
I think in 5 years, if we sat here and we should, if we sat here and did the same interview, we'd probably all be in real estate. Yeah. My thinking with my business right now is it's at 7 figures, or my business, my social media marketing and my training business, it's at 7 figures, or it will be 7 figures profit this year. I want to get that to 8 figures, and then I want to, like, for me, I guess I'm young, maybe naive. I don't see why I couldn't get to 9 figures, but I don't think I'm going to do that with a business. I think I'm going to do that with real estate. Yeah. And even going from 7 figures to 8 figures, I would see real estate as my avenue to do that. Yeah. But my goal would be like, just hit 7 figures first. And that's kind of why I like.
But see, the thing is, you're in a hustling stage where you want to constantly put in the work, hustle, make more
Well,
money.
in all fairness, the affiliate marketing,
no money, and they're like researching real estate. And
but
it's just not. You're not ready.
Sure. In all fairness, with the affiliate marketing business, even with my training business, I'm not hustling. This is all passive income. Like, majority of my money, or 60-70% of my profit monthly, is passive income. His is 100% passive income. Pretty much same with him. So I don't know, with my opinion, with my point of view, it's just like, focus on, like, nothing will ever bring you a better return than your business. And I just wonder what the percentage of people watching this who are millionaires. And I think if you're a millionaire, I think definitely start time. And by the way, keep in mind, I'm 18. I'm sitting with, I'm sitting with some entrepreneurs that know a ton more than me. And I could be completely naive here, but when I look at the landscape of things, I'm like, damn, I just got to focus on my business, and that's going to bring me a greater ROI than any other sort of investment. And then when it gets to the point where my business is maybe capping out, I'm reaching issues with scale, or I just don't want to, like, as you said, maybe just be working that hard to take things to the next level. Maybe it's time to look at something like real estate.
I would agree with that. I would think anyone would tell you at 18 to put your money and everything you have into a business. But at a certain point, it's really just the safety net of knowing that you have consistent income no matter what happens with you, your business, your clients. If something happens, if someone takes over, if someone's better, it's that safety net of just knowing that you have this preserved for the rest of your life.
what you said, I completely agree with. That's always been my thought, is that I would make money in business and roll it into real estate, and that would be my wealth, 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. And that's why I'm trying to plant the seed and learn about real estate.
We've all said our piece. I think what's one thing we can all agree on? For me, it would be building a personal brand. Whether that be the actual, like for me, I've said this all the time, attention is income. I mean, just go look at someone like Kylie Jenner. Attention is income. How you actually want to monetize that is completely up to you. But even for me, building a personal brand has given me so much equity when it comes to client acquisition. Yeah. I get really high ticket clients just because I have a strong personal brand. And
Or I'll chime in any type of audience, really, because then it opens you up to having your own products, to doing affiliate marketing, to having clients, to then running that money into real estate. Like, having an audience, attention really is the currency. Like, you're paying attention, literally. And that's
here's the thing. Key. I almost feel like the personal brand will be the future of marketing. And in a sense, it's these influencer shout outs. It's people watching the Jake and Logan Pauls that decide they're hyped up and they want to buy some merch or whatever it is. That's what I feel like. Honestly, I would say from everything I've done over the last 10 years, the personal brand has been the most valuable. Not only in terms of the connections that I've made, but just the opportunities that have presented themselves just because of YouTube over anything else. I mean, I would trade probably everything for the personal brand.
Yeah. And the other thing I like about personal brand is we're playing for life. Like, that blows my mind to think about it. It's like, wait a second.
Wait, you are?
You're gonna cash out. You're gonna sell
bro. I'm cashing out tonight.
You're gonna sell this business, just somebody else is gonna take over.
We have a BitConnect referral link.
but I just mean it's your name. You're building up for this is just brand equity around ourselves that we can cash in, not in a scammy way, but just we'll be building leverage for decades. Yeah. And how crazy will that be when we're all 50 years old or something?
It's leverage, whether, as I said, you want to, it's actual financial currency, as I said, attention is income, and it's also social currency. Yeah. You can go places, you can hang out with people that you wouldn't otherwise, it's your own way to become kind of famous. It's pretty crazy.
So this is amazing. Seriously. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys do enjoy this, make sure you do smash that like button. And for all the haters out there, just make sure if you're going to hit the dislike button, just dislike it twice. Just hit that button twice is what you need to do.
Double dislike.
Yeah, but I'll put the links in the descriptions for all of our channels so you can go and check them out with the Instagrams and all of that sort of stuff. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I guess until next time.
I can't. I'm forgetting right now. It's like if you want to be a part of it there.
Oh,
follow me on Snapchat, Instagram. If you want to
I figured there's no sense of me saying that.
Hold on, let's turn these off.
All right, that was awesome.
Good shit, guys.
If we can continue this.
It's like, we weren't recording. I hope you guys loved that roundtable discussion as much as I did. It was a blast meeting up with those guys. I wouldn't recommend just anybody, but those guys are legit. Those are a few of the only people that I really feel like are putting out great stuff and genuinely honest, and I feel like those are the people I want to associate myself with. So I hope you got a lot of value out of that. All of their channels are linked below. If you actually got to the end of this longer video, I would truly appreciate if you leave a comment. Say you watch the whole thing, I'll be replying to all of those. At the very least, hit that thumbs up. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Feel free to check me out on Instagram as well. See you guys in the next video. Behind the scenes with Graham, Iman, Odie. Got a restaurant in the background. It's gonna be a sweet shoot. Excited for this video. 3 cameras.